Pat Riley is ready to strike, and after several weeks of report after report after report showing that Ja Morant wants out of Memphis and he has his sights set on Miami, and the Miami Heat had mutual interest. I mean, Ja Morant bought a house down in Miami. It was all but set in stone that Ja Morant would become a Heat before the trade deadline, until we got new reports showing that the Miami Heat, Pat Riley in the front office, they're not worried about this season. They're not worried about next season. They're worried about 2028 when big name free agents become available and we are swinging for the fences. We're trying to get the best players in the league and hopefully we can get a championship in no time at all. However, if you've been keeping up with a lot of the reports and a lot of the news, players like Giannis Antetokounmpo could be made available a little bit earlier, which would make more reasons why they wanted to pivot away from Ja and focus on the potential of getting Giannis now. So in this video, we're going to take a look at all the reports surrounding Giannis Antetokounmpo. What are the odds of him actually getting traded before the deadline? What could the Heat offer? And whether or not it's the right decision. But how's it going, everybody? My name is Marcel Martin. This is Heat Digest, bringing you the latest news on everything Heat related. And before we get started with today's video, this video is brought to you by Kalshi. And if you download it using the link below and enter code DIGESTNBA, you'll get $20 when you trade your first 100. Kalshi is the largest prediction market in the US, and on their platform, you can trade yes or no on real life events, sports, elections, news, and pretty much everything. And whether you're in California, Texas, or anywhere else across the country, Kalshi is live in all 50 states. For sports fans, trade on game outcomes, playoff chances, or player performances, all on a regulated market where you can cash out anytime. Who will be Ja Morant's next team? Will it be Miami? Memphis? Will he retire? Place your predictions and cash out big with Kalshi. And don't forget to use code DIGESTNBA for an extra $20 when you trade your first 100. Thank you, Kalshi, for sponsoring this video. But the Miami Heat have had a tumultuous trade season so far. Nothing has materialized, just a lot of reports and not a lot of legs behind it. And the most recent thing that we saw was how Ja Morant wanted out of Memphis. He was tired of the Grizzlies. He was unhappy, unwilling to play, and he wanted to go somewhere else. He bought a house in Miami. We knew that we were interested. It was all but set in stone. It was bound to happen to fix this season, get us back into contention, and try to get back to the finals. Until we got the report that the Heat have other plans in mind and they are looking at the future. Not right now. They're not short-sighted. They're big picture guys, and they want to go after some big name free agents. And if I just bring up the old report again, the Miami Heat are planning for the 2028 free agency when players like Giannis Antetokounmpo, Nikola Jokic, and Donovan Mitchell could become available and are unlikely to aggressively pursue Ja Morant on the trade market per Brian Windhorst. The Miami Heat in particular have been overstated as a potential destination, sources said. The Heat have been laser focused on avoiding taking on money for the 27-28 offseason, a season when, as of right now, Antetokounmpo, Nikola Jokic, and Donovan Mitchell, among others, could all be unrestricted free agents. It's highly unlikely the Heat would deviate from that plan to go after Morant, sources said. And when we got this news, a lot of Heat fans were very upset. A lot of Heat fans were unsure of what this front office is doing. Is Pat Riley asleep at the wheel? Is Eric Spoelstra just blindly following Pat in his path and whatever vision he has for this team? The Miami Heat aren't doing that well. We just lost the other night. The team is struggling to stay in the play-in picture, let alone trying to make it to the playoffs. We want to make sure that we have some sort of a future. We have Bam Adebayo. We have Tyler Hero, two cornerstone pieces of the team, although I know a lot of people are tired of Tyler Hero, currently out with injury, which he's been dealing with injuries all season. They were saying maybe he'll miss the next 5 games, maybe he'll be back, maybe he'll be traded, who knows. But we have a lot of young talent. We can focus on the future for sure, but we shouldn't mortgage our future. Focus on the future in the sense of getting our young guys acclimated to Heat culture and get them progressed in their own progression and get them where they need to be to help us out down the road, instead of getting rid of some of those young guys for a win now piece that you're not even guaranteed that you can win now. But a report that came out the other day from Marc Stein says that Ja Morant does not want to be traded from the Memphis Grizzlies, despite the report that the Grizzlies want to move him. So not only have the Miami Heat pivoted away from Ja Morant, not only has Ja Morant pivoted away from the Grizzlies, our trade season has essentially pivoted away from us. There are currently no other reports showing any free agent that's interested in coming to Miami or that Miami is interested in. It seems that Pat Riley is focused, laser focused, on Giannis Antetokounmpo becoming a Miami Heat. And there could be a way that it happens not just in 2 years, but a little bit sooner than we thought, as Ian Begley dropped this report the other day, saying that if Milwaukee ever entertains Giannis' offer, Miami's going to be right there. and they can probably put together a better offer than the Knicks. So if you're a Knicks fan, be wary of Pat Riley and the Heat. I think they'd be aggressive if the opportunity presents itself, and the key word right there is aggressive. We know that Giannis is unhappy in Milwaukee. They just booed Giannis and the Bucks at a home game not too long ago. We know that they're losing games. They're not doing that well. It's all but more so when rather than if Giannis will request a trade. If you look at his history, he usually does this where if the team's not doing well, then he kind of puts pressure on the front office. But now more so than ever, a real trade could happen where Giannis just wants to be out. And that word right there, like I showed you, aggressive, showing you exactly what Pat Riley is willing to do to get Giannis. And if you've been a Heat fan long enough, you know that Giannis and Miami have been linked for years. And if Pat Riley has a shot to get Giannis, there's nothing stopping him from putting together whatever package it takes to get Giannis. And if we take a look at a potential package to get someone like Giannis, I know a lot of Heat fans are not going to be happy with this. When you take a look at a potential package of Tyler Hero, Kelly Oubre, Nikola Jovic, Kasparis, Simone Fontecchio, 2030 first round pick, and the 2032 first round pick, Miami would legitimately have one of the best offers for a Giannis deal. This is why Pat and the front office are willing to wait for him, and I get it. I know we talked about Ja Morant and how the Heat don't want to go after him and how frustrating that is. I get it. I understand the frustration. I also understand why they should wait to see if Giannis becomes available. At the offseason, if Giannis doesn't request a trade, then sure, we can pivot. We have the assets. We have the trade picks. We have the trade targets. We have players that we can move in the offseason. But for right now, yes, I can see Tyler Hero getting moved. Unfortunately, I really don't want to see him getting moved, but Kelly Oubre could also be moved. I'll throw it back up. Nikola Jovic, who him and Kasparis didn't really play that well the other day, but those are some young guys in this trade package that I think would hurt us more than it would help us. Now, I don't think this entirety would be the entire trade package. It would probably be 2 or 3 players. Those 2 picks definitely get involved. But is that enough to get Giannis in some fashion if you move this around anyway? For sure. I think that we could be very aggressive. I don't think we move Bam. I think Tyler Hero would definitely be the centerpiece around this trade. And is that enough to win in the East? Well, the East is fairly open. If anything, the Heat just needs another star to help this team push themselves over the hump to compete in the East. And like I said, the East is open. It's not that hard. The Detroit Pistons are number 1. The Celtics are number 2. But the Heat could easily be number 3 if they had a player like Giannis in this system and in this team. But is Giannis worth all those picks? Is Giannis worth all those young players? I know a lot of people are high on Kelly Oubre. I am too. I think he's amazing. For whatever reason, Coach Spo doesn't think he's that good. He's dealing with injury right now. Hopefully he's back soon. We know we have other young guys on this team, but the question is Giannis worth all of that? If we take a look at how well Giannis has been playing this season so far, he's putting up 28.2 points, 9.9 rebounds, 5.6 assists, while shooting 64.7% from the floor, 39.5% from 3, 64.5% from the free throw line, but he's averaging 0.9 steals, 0.8 blocks, 3.3 turnovers, and 2.7 fouls per game. Yeah, I think Giannis is definitely worth Tyler Hero and maybe Jovic and a few picks. Don't want to give too much to Milwaukee, but another 20-plus point per game score can definitely help the Heat. That 28 points would help. The 9 rebounds would help. The 5 assists would help. And the 39% from 3, even if it's on the small attempts per game, could all help the Miami Heat solidify themselves in the East, get over the hump, get back into contention, and get out of this play-in territory. Get out of this bottom seed territory where we have no business being in. The Heat do need to make a move. And whether they can make a move for Giannis right now is more so if Giannis requests a trade from Milwaukee. But if we can't get him now, then the summer has to be where we make moves. We shouldn't wait till the 2028 offseason. We need to make something happen now, or next year will look a little bit like this year. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Do you think that a big package like that can get Giannis, should get Giannis? Would you put together a package like that? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. We can have a conversation about it. But that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you for watching the video. Make sure to check out our Twitter and Discord. Links in the description below. And as always, y'all take care. Drink water. Peace.